The history of space is one of the most fascinating topics, taking us far beyond our planet into the vast and mysterious universe. Everything began about 13.8 billion years ago with an event known as the Big Bang. At that moment, there were no stars, no planets, and not even time as we understand it today. Space and matter emerged from an incredibly dense and hot point that began expanding rapidly. During the first hundreds of thousands of years after the Big Bang, the universe was filled only with elementary particles and radiation. Over time, the first atoms formed, mostly hydrogen and helium. These simple elements became the building blocks of everything we see today. Millions of years later, under the influence of gravity, the first stars and galaxies began to form. Interestingly, stars are true cosmic factories. Inside their cores, complex nuclear reactions take place, creating heavier elements such as oxygen, carbon, and iron. When massive stars reach the end of their lives, they explode as supernovae, scattering these elements across space. From this stardust, new planets, and even life itself, can eventually form. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains hundreds of billions of stars. One of them is our Sun. Around 4.6 billion years ago, the solar system formed from a cloud of gas and dust. The Sun appeared at the center, while planets, including Earth, began forming around it. Earth is a unique planet. It has ideal conditions for life: liquid water, an atmosphere, and moderate temperatures. However, space itself is far from friendly. Most regions are filled with extreme conditions, temperatures close to absolute zero, no air, and intense radiation. For centuries, humanity has looked at the stars and tried to understand them. Ancient civilizations created myths about gods and constellations. But a real breakthrough came in the 17th century, when Galileo Galilei first used a telescope to observe the sky. He discovered craters on the Moon and moons orbiting Jupiter, proving that not everything revolves around Earth. In the 20th century, a new era began, the space age. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel into space. His flight lasted only 108 minutes, but it changed history forever. Then, in 1969, Neil Armstrong took the first step on the Moon during the Apollo 11 mission. Today, space exploration continues with even greater intensity. Space agencies such as NASA and ESA launch probes, telescopes, and rovers. For example, the James Webb Space Telescope allows us to look deeper into the universe than ever before and observe light that originated billions of years ago. One of the most amazing facts about space is that we are literally looking into the past. Light from distant galaxies takes millions or even billions of years to reach us. This means that when we observe stars, we see them as they were long ago. Another incredible fact is that space contains objects with immense gravity known as black holes. They are so dense that not even light can escape their pull. Anything that crosses their boundary disappears forever. Scientists are still studying them, and many mysteries remain unsolved. Space is also filled with planets called exoplanets, worlds that orbit other stars. Some of them may be similar to Earth and could potentially support life. The search for such planets is one of the key goals of modern science. Despite all our progress, space remains a vast mystery. Scientists estimate that we have explored only a tiny fraction of the universe. Even more astonishing, about 95% of it consists of dark matter and dark energy, mysterious phenomena we barely understand. Perhaps in the future, humans will travel to other stars, colonize new planets, and discover new forms of life. But even now, space reminds us of something important. We are just a small part of an enormous universe. But the story of space does not end here. In fact, we are only at the very beginning of discovering its true nature. One of the biggest questions scientists are trying to answer today is whether we are alone in the universe. The search for extraterrestrial life has been ongoing for decades. Scientists study distant planets, analyze their atmospheres, and look for signs of water, oxygen, or other elements that could support life. Missions to Mars, for example, aim to find evidence of ancient microbial life. Even though no direct proof has been found yet, the possibility remains incredibly exciting. There are also mysterious signals coming from deep space that scientists are still trying to understand. Some of them, known as fast radio bursts, are extremely powerful flashes of energy that last only milliseconds. Their origin is still unknown, which makes them one of the most intriguing phenomena in modern astronomy. Another fascinating concept is the possibility of parallel universes. According to some theories, our universe might be just one of many. This idea, often called the multiverse, suggests that there could be countless other universes with different laws of physics, different stars, and perhaps even different versions of ourselves. Human technology is also evolving rapidly. Private companies like SpaceX are developing rockets that can be reused, making space travel more accessible. The dream of sending humans to Mars is no longer science fiction. It is becoming a real, achievable goal. At the same time, space exploration is not only about distant planets and galaxies. It also helps us better understand our own world. Satellites orbiting Earth monitor climate change, track natural disasters, and improve communication across the globe. And yet, the more we learn about space, the more questions appear. What lies beyond the observable universe? What happens inside black holes? How did everything truly begin? These mysteries remind us that space is not just a place. It is a journey of discovery, curiosity, and endless imagination. And perhaps one day humanity will not just observe the stars, but truly become a part of them.